models, and testing was elaborate. Scale models were fired by rocket into Lake Ontario to test aerodynamic qualities. The CF-105 was now called the Arrow.
Most of the launchings in the free flight model program have been made at Point Peter, the Canadian Armament Research and Development Establishment range on the shore of Lake Ontario. The assembly, installed on the launching platform, is given a check immediately prior to the launching. The first two models, of relatively crude configuration, were used to develop launching and separation techniques. Model number 1 was launched on December 14, 1954. This yaw impulse mechanism has been developed to excite a lateral oscillation of a model in flight.
This transmitted record will be the only one available since the model cannot be recovered after flight. The launching program got underway at Point Peter Range near Picton in December 1954. At that time, two of the crude models were released. The model and its booster rocket were first assembled and installed on the ramp of the launching platform. This was completed in the assembly shed, and the unit then moved to the launching site. Complete instrumentation was done to ensure that each unknown could be recorded in some way as the model flew at tremendous speed through space. Special cameras were set up at many vantage points to provide a visual record of the flight and to assist in plotting acceleration, speed, and direction. The accuracy of the design data and the calculations which had been made relative to this phase of the design program were proven to be amazingly good with the first two launchings. The release and initial flight were flawless, the separation of the booster was according to plan, and the records obtained of the flight showed that calculated performance was extremely close to actual performance figures on the crude models. These flights will pave the way to further investigation into the realm of performance with additional crude models and finally with the accurate 1/8 scale free flight models.
Models 3 and 4 were used to develop the yaw impulse mechanism and launching techniques for later models fitted with this device. The model's angle of inclination is carefully measured and continual checks of the instrumentation are made up to the last moment before launching. A technician. Model number 3 was launched in May 1955. The model booster combination is strapped down when the data is later reduced. Model number 4 was launched in June 1955. The range officer's control room is on top of the control building. From here, he maintains constant contact with all stations on the range and initiates the actual firing of the booster charge. After final instrumentation checks are made and panels have been fitted, all screw holes and panel joints are filled with plaster of Paris or Armstrong cement and smoothed down to attain the high surface finish required for the precise testing of free flight models. These Doppler velocimeter radar antennae are located immediately behind the firing site to scan the line of flight. This external power supply is used to conserve the model's battery power. model number 10 was fired during late December 1956. Immediately following each model test, a radiosonde balloon is released. This relays data to the ground station on temperature, pressure, and humidity versus altitude. Tracking of the balloon yields wind speed. Upper air data is used in the analysis of results. To combat the effects of sub-zero weather on the hydraulic system, a Nielsen heater was used to force warm air around the model. Concluding the program, model number 11 was fired on January 10th, 1957. The free flight model program proved to be a successful and relatively inexpensive method of obtaining the required drag and lateral and longitudinal stability data. Analysis of this data verified original prediction and helped to ensure the success of the Avro CF-105. The launching of free flight models, which was incorporated into the aerodynamic test program, helped to confirm many of the theoretical design calculations. This program, which was completed with the firing of model number 11 on January 10, 1957, has been fully covered in the separate film on free flight model tests.